Maybe I boiled that chamomile longer than I should have.
Greetings.
So, Paulina, what have you left for me? Like she got up and went straight out. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Paulina wear it? Or did someone leave it here? She's got unfinished work here. Clothes. If she planned to run away, she'd have taken them with her.
Ave Maria.
I had a look in Paulina's place in the loft.
And? Did you find anything?
I found a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Paulina would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some young man here? I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife. I'm just saying what I found.
Could she have found herself a beau in Troskovitz?
She's got unfinished work there. She weaves baskets.
Aye, she usually has a few on the go. but she took them to the market in Troskowitz. We've got nothing here but what we make ourselves, or find in the woods. Pavlena weaves baskets very nicely. Folk buy them from her.
She didn't pack up her stuff. I don't think she was planning to be gone for long.
I told you, didn't I? Pavlena wouldn't run off. Take care, my friend.
Why is it barking so much? Huh.
Get out! Back off before I shoot.
What brings you here?
Hail.
Huh? Ah, it's just you.
Come and hear something you won't believe. I've traveled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing things I've seen and experienced. In the south,
God
I
bless.
saw a land without
Don't
end,
shove.
all covered in sand,
It's good
hot
for you.
and dry, with no fresh water. The people there call themselves the Blemmies. They have neither head nor neck. Their face is in the
That
middle of
churns
their
up the black
bellies.
bale and
these
makes you
Blemmies
ill.
breed
You
horses
idiot.
with
You've
huge
been hanging
ears
around
and
with
birds
Miller
born out of
haven't you?
mud.
And what if I have?
In the north, there's a land all covered with snow and rock, where it's always night. There I saw some strange.
Huh? What's going on here? All right. What was that?
Give me a groschen or two. I won't even turn down a bit of
What the hell? Raus, du Bastard! Welcome. You can buy everything you need from me, but excuse the selection. A few days ago, when I was returning with new goods, the horse got spooked and my wagon tipped into the pond. I salvaged some things, but the rest is now in the pond.
Were there any valuables in there?
You bet. Lord Semin ordered all sorts of delicacies and precious spices from me for the wedding feast. And for Taylor Bartishak, I was carrying expensive fabrics to make dresses for the occasion. If you only knew how much coin I spent on this.
And where did the wagon tip?
On the roads near the Katchak Pond, beyond Jelioff. You can still find it there. I can't tell you how much it still pisses me off. But what can I do?
Sorry to hear that.
Me too. But what can I do? So, what will it be?
I'm searching for Pavlena from Zhelyov. She comes here selling baskets. Do you know anything about her?
That herb woman Bożena's daughter. I don't know nothing about her, and I don't want to know. They ain't welcome here.
I wanted to ask you, what's on the other side of that nearest hill? I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings. You look like a merchant to me, so you probably know best.
Ja, natürlich, you are not from here. Everyone around here knows that, after what happened in Betty's Tavern. Aber das ist deine Sache. That is your business, lad. Also, what do you want to know?
Is there anything I should avoid around here?
Certainly. Stirring up trouble and sticking your nose into other people's business. Here in the village, we don't care much for outsiders. If any do come, they better behave.
I understand that, but we were ambushed by bandits. So I wanted to ask if you know anything about that.
Ach so, ich verstehe. The woods have been full of all manner of rebel recently. That is all because of the war. Verdammte Schurken.
So you've already heard about these bandits?
About those ones in particular, or about others? They are all just gleichen Scheißkerle. Every time I go to the town, the bailiff must send an armed escort with me. It makes life difficult.
So the roads aren't safe?
Ja, das kann man wohl sagen. Herr von Bergo should do something about it at last. But Herr Otto spends more time in Prague than here. And Chamberlain Ulrich... Ach, lassen wir das.
Where can I find a church round here? I'm surprised you don't even have a small chapel in the village.
If you want. Die Rettung deiner Seele, junger Mann. You have to go through the forest to Aujetz and to St. Catharinen. Herr von Berger does have a chapel in his castle, but it's not for commoners like you. We do not go there either. Und warum auch? The gravedigger Ignatius takes care of burials outside the village, and weddings usually take place without a local priest. No one wants to pay the church more than they have to. Das ist ja wohl klar.
Can I find other merchants around here?
Zum Glück nicht, junger Mann. I'm the only merchant here around Trotsky. Oh, natürlich. There are plenty of tradesmen here who sell their goods. There is Bartosz, the tailor. He lives at the other end of the village. The apothecary, Emmerich, lives across from me. They are hand in glove, or more like hat in hat.
What do you mean by that?
Nichts weiter. Just that they play at being educated men. Along the scribe Geibel, they are always studying some Latin tracts. But of the three, perhaps only Geibel knows Latin, if he really does at all.
Is there anyone else here?
Oh ja. Beyond the tailor's house on the edge of the village is where Bashka the butcher lives. Opposite the Rathaus is the carpenter. The rest of the villagers are just peasants, and you are already familiar with the tavern.
Where do you go for wares? What's the closest town?
The closest is Sobotka, the biggest Gichin, what you call Gichin. And farther north there is Turnov. Half of that one belongs to Herr von Bergo.
Is it far?
Das kommt darauf an. It takes all day on foot. Wenn du was brauchst, the goods I have here will have to do you. I do not think you will get to the town anytime soon.
I'll have a look at the wares. Word about the price.
Natürlich, kein Problem. Sehr gut. I can agree to that. Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Don't be a girl. Come on.
A large beer for me. Look at them human horses. They think they can do whatever they want. Welcome. What can I do for you?
Have you seen Pavlena around? She's a girl from Zhelyov who sells baskets here sometimes.
Isn't she the one that Yezhek, our Cooper, had his eye on? You could probably ask him. He used to go on about Pavlena all the time in the tavern. It was good.
Még egy köpés, és nem bírom tovább. Mondom. Úgy néznek ránk, mint a gyilkosokra.
Csodálkozol rajta?
Lépjünk, és tűnjünk
Like
ki.
we should be living in fear for our women in our own village.
Right. Nobody's safe with that rabble around.
I hate humans.
I have a bit of coin again, and I'd like to throw it around. Should we play dice?
What game would you like to play?
How about farmers?
Let's play.
Whatever they want.
The nerve of them. Showing their goat faces around here.
Someone should teach them how things work in these parts.
My thoughts exactly. Like we should
I'm
be living
seriously
in fear
curious
for our
about
women
you,
in
lad.
our own village.
Right. Nobody's safe with that rabble around.
Human swine. You think you own the place, do you?
Praise God. Bastards. Someone should kick their asses. Really clip those fuckers' wings.
Innkeeper, have you got anything to eat?
Look at them human horses. They think they can do whatever they want.
The nerve of them showing their goat faces around here.
Someone should teach them how things work in these parts.
My thoughts exactly. Like we should be living in fear for our women in our own village.
Right. Nobody's safe with that rabble around.
Human swine. You think you own the place, do you?
What? Oh, come on!
Kick their asses. Really clip those fuckers' wings. Look at them human horses. They think they can do whatever they want.
The nerve of them showing their goat faces around here.
Someone should teach them how things work in these parts.
My thoughts exactly. Like we should be living in fear for our women in our own village.
Right. Nobody's safe with that rabble around.
Bashing their faces in will be too good for them.
Someone should kick their asses. Really clever.
These ones here.
Look at them human horses. They think they can do whatever they want.
The nerve of them showing their goat
My
faces
God,
around here.
I'm done.
Someone should teach them how things work in these parts.
My thoughts exactly. Like we should be living in fear for our women in our own village.
Right. Nobody's safe with that rabble around.
Human swine. You think you own the place, do you?
Bastards. Someone should kick their asses. Really clip those fuckers' wings. This is our tavern. If we can't settle this the easy way, we'll have to settle it the hard way.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know.
Bloody murderers! All of you get out of there! All of you bloody murderers! Let him have it!
Good game, friend. The money's yours.
Christ! That must hurt! Fucking hell! He knows how to sword fight!
És ennyi volt.
Adj neki! Adj neki!
Lord in heaven!
Greetings, innkeeper. I've come to apologize for the fight we caused. And also to ask if there is anything I can do to help.
Latch in the stable when the horses bolted, lad.
How so? Did something happen?
I had a couple cumans come in here and get in a brawl with the locals. What the hell did I do that people fight in here all the time? Go and see Wojtek if you want. Maybe he'll tell you more than I can.
Where am I? Did I faint?
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
If it's work you're looking for, you could stop by our local huntsman. He has a cottage near the Vidlak pond. His wife is always complaining that Lord von Berghoff runs him off his feet. So I reckon he wouldn't turn down a helping hand. If you ask me, though, he spends more time drinking than he does hunting. But I wouldn't want to argue with Zlata about it.
And have you heard about the Divozhenka of Semaine?
What Divozhenka?
You haven't seen one yet? A Divozhenka is a wild woman of the forest. An ugly, disfigured creature. You can find them deep in the woods or caves, where they make their ointments and gather magic herbs. Sometimes they hurt people, sometimes they help them. You shouldn't go there.
Why not?
The Sameen lot did that. They were worried she might put young Lord Sameen under a spell, especially now, because of the wedding. So they took care of her. And that's about it, I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. I'm looking for Pavlena, the daughter of the herbwoman from Zhelyov. Do you know her?
Aye, I do. Pavlina still comes here from time to time, selling baskets, ointments and whatnot. I ain't seen her around in a while, though. Why are you looking for her?
She hasn't been home for a long time, so Bożeny sent me to look for her. When she left, she was heading here.
If I was you, I'd go and ask at the rat house. Or Jezek the cooper. That old goat had his eye on her one time. Only she wouldn't have him if he was the last man alive. Can't say I blame her. That Jezek's a drunken sot.
Do you think anyone would want to harm Pavlena?
Bożeny's not too popular here since that misfortune with Yakesh's wife, Ludmilla. But no one holds a grudge against Pavlena. She was only a young lass at the time.
What was that about a misfortune with Ludmilla?
That was way back. She was the midwife here. She'd give the women herbs and whatnot when they called for her. But then something happened when she was helping out at Yakesh's. His wife, Ludmilla, died, and a child was stillborn. A tragedy it was, and then Bożena, she left.
Just like that?
Well, to tell the truth, we drove her out.
Oh? Why was that?
Better ask Yakesh if you want to know more. He's often by his son's grave. It's next to the farm.
What's this Jezek like? And what do you mean about him having his eye on Pavlena?
He wanted to get married, and no sensible girl around here would have a drunkard like him, so he figured Pavlena might be an easier bet. He promised her a home in the village, but the girl wasn't so dumb as to fall for it. He's hardly got 2 groschen to rub together, and his house ain't no palace neither. All she'd have out of it is a heartache, and a bunch of brats as pig ugly as their old man.
And where might I find this Jezek?
If he ain't boozing here at the tavern, he'll be on the way here or at home.
Thanks. And do you think this Jezek might have done something to her? Like abduct her because she scorned him?
Nah, he ain't got it in him. He's all mouth, but he'd never raise his hand to a woman. And even if he did, Pavlena would probably give him a hiding. Just recently, he got a black eye from this skinny fella here. He's a weakling and a wretch. He wouldn't have a chance with Pavlena.
I apologize.
Certainly. Have no fear.
One there.
Excuse me.
Would you repair a few things for me? I'm looking for Pavlena from Zhelyov. A young girl, pretty, weaves baskets. Have you seen her?
Old Bożeny's daughter
Aye, that's her.
comes here selling baskets,
Yes,
ointments and all kinds of remedies.
yes, that's the one.
I ain't seen her. Try the rat house. Thrush, the bailiff, knows what goes on.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Greetings.
I hear you're interested in Pavlena.
What's it to you?
Well, Pavlena's gone missing. Do you know anything about that?
Fuck, wait. No, I haven't seen her lately, and I got a pasting in the tavern, so I haven't been out lately. You can ask there.
Aye. I heard about that famous fight of yours.
So you see, I wouldn't wish no harm on Pavlina, even though she didn't want me. But I'm not sure you could say the same about that ginger-headed Roman of hers. That's where I'd look if I was you. His cottage is on the road to the butcher's.
Greetings.
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Paulina.
If she ain't a local, I don't know nothing about her.
The innkeeper said something went down at the tavern.
I'd sleep better knowing someone made sure they don't come back ever again.
Someone like...
Like me?
What an idea! At least you'd show you're worth your salt. After what you pulled last time, your reputation could use a bit of polishing.
Nah, I don't really feel like it.
Your reputation in these parts isn't the best right now. You messed things up nicely before, and this could help you fix it. Just make sure I never see their ugly faces here again, and we'll be square. Seems they came from Samin. Try asking there. Someone must have noticed that rabble.
I'm looking for Paulina, the daughter of Bożeny from Zhelyov. She comes here selling baskets and other items.
Aye, I know her.
Do you know if she's been here in the last few days, Master Bailiff? I'm a bit worried about her.
I haven't seen her myself, but you can ask around the village. Try the houses along the road to Zhelyov. She'd have to pass that way.
What can you tell me about Paulina?
She used to live here with her mother, but then we drove them out. She's not the kind of girl you'd notice much, but she knows how to take care of herself. I let her come round here because, well, maybe I've gotten soft in my old age. But I reckon children shouldn't have to pay for their parents' sins. Don't you think?
I heard something about that. Why did you drive them out back then?
Bożeny was our midwife. It ain't the cleanest trade, but it's needed. Women all over the domain used to call for her help with births. Only, as it turned out, bad help is worse than no help at all. I won't go digging up old grievances, but believe me, we had cause enough to drive that old witch out of here.
Has Paulina got any friends here? Acquaintances?
There's Roman, who brings us wood.
Roman? Who's he?
A woodcutter like his father. May he rest in peace. He lives just off the green. His hair is red like embers. You can't miss him.
And Paulina's on friendly terms with him?
You could put it like that. Roman's pa wouldn't be too happy about his son being with an outsider like her. But all he can do now is look down and weep. Not that Roman ain't a decent lad. Honest and hard-working. It wouldn't surprise me if Paulina left her ma to be with him.
Well, I don't think that's likely. Paulina left all her things at home.
Still and all, you could go and ask Roman if he's seen her or not.
Do you think anyone here would want to hurt Pavlena?
Troskovich is a decent village. You'd better watch your mouth.
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I was just visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
I've seen those. You talk like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men, and that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you.
God bless.
Mary said, Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary, and the...
Can I ask what happened between you and that midwife, Bożeny? I heard you banished her from the village because of some mishap with your wife.
That was no mishap. The witch killed my son and damned him to hell.
Wait a moment. Start from the beginning. What do you mean she killed and damned your son?
My wife, Ludmilla, gave birth to 3 daughters. Quick and easy every time. The village women often scream all day and night before they bring their babies into the world. Not my Ludmilla. When she had Marushka, it was all over before the midwife even got here. But when Yaroslav was coming into the world, you know, I knew already I'd finally have a son. I never sent for no help. Why would I? After all, Ludmilla done it all on her own 3 times. And besides, that Bożena is an unclean woman and a witch. Only this time, something went wrong. Of course, I wasn't there. Being a God-abiding man, I was outside. But Marushka comes running out, shouting, Pa! Send for Bożena! Ma's poorly! I thought twice about it, but then I sent for her. She came along with a little girl, Paulina, and a whole sack of herbs. She started brewing right away, and before the night was out, she was pouring God knows what kind of concoction down Ludmilla's throat. It's a wonder she didn't poison her, the crone. I couldn't get a wink of sleep all night. It wasn't till daybreak that Bożena came out of the house, carrying in her arms. They could see right off it was a boy. Like I said, only Yaroslav came out feet first. And as they were pulling him out, well, he was all Mother of God. I can't even say it. It was that Bożena's doing, I tell you. If she hadn't pulled him out and left Ludmilla to manage herself, he could have lived.
So you still blame her for it?
Why shouldn't I? I haven't told you the half of it yet. I asked the priest, and he told me every midwife has the sacred right to perform baptism when things go wrong. Like when it looks bad for the child, see? She can baptize him, make sure he gets to heaven. And you know what Bożeny did?
What?
Not a thing. She looked at that little body lying still and didn't do a damned thing. And my wife died a few hours later. So I'm sure you understand what I did after that same evening. I got the other fellas from the village, and we drove that damned witch out beyond the boundary stone.
I see. She lives in the woods now.
A good thing, too. She hasn't shown up here since. Many times I told myself we should have done more to her, so she'd know how I felt.
Thank you for telling me about it. You have my condolences.
Aye, but words won't bring them back.
Who are you praying for?
For my son, Yaroslav.
When did your son die?
Well, Yaroslav would have been 5 years old now.
What about your other children?
One of my daughters got married and moved out. Marushka and Paulina are still here. Once they get married, I'll be left all alone on the farm.
Why? One of them could live on the farm with her husband, couldn't she? Lots of fellows would give the right arm for a place like this.
Aye, true enough. Only a father should pass his livelihood on to his son, goddammit! Don't tell me it's different where you come from.
My pa was a blacksmith. He taught me his trade since I was little. He wasn't my father by blood, but he took me as his own from the day I was born.
Really? What kind of man would take in another's child?
An honourable man. Blood isn't everything. You know yourself. You'll find husbands for your daughters, and you'll be glad to have them take care of you in your old age. Like it should be. And one day your livelihood will pass on to your grandchildren. Nothing ends.
I suppose you're right.
I don't have any more questions. Thanks.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Roman! We have to go to work, mate! Where are you?
You're looking for Roman? I also need to find him. To ask if he knows where Paulina is.
That sweetheart of his? Well now, I hadn't thought of that. They could be together somewhere, so you can help me look for him.
Where do you think Paulina and Roman might be?
Not long ago, Roman was talking over a beer about how him and Paulina wanted to leave and start a new life. Somewhere where no one knows her and her ma.
You think they'd really do it?
I took it all with a grain of salt, but after what he told me last time, anything is possible. For Christ's sake, he's got a whole house his pa left him. He wouldn't just leave it on account of her, would he?
Well, I don't know about Roman, but I've been at Paulina's, and it didn't look like she was getting ready to leave.
She might have done it in secret. She'd have reason enough, believe me. Best to go and look in Roman's house. That should clear things up.
Wait, though. What was it you were going to say about Paulina? What did Roman tell you? Why would he want to move away with Paulina now?
No, I shouldn't have said anything. I promised I wouldn't tell anyone.
Listen, I really need to know about it. It might be important. Something could have happened to Paulina, and any little thing could be a clue.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It ain't really a little thing. Well, it is, and it isn't. Paulina is expecting a child. It's Roman's bastard.
Really? And who else knows about it?
Roman says he told only me. But who Paulina might have told, I couldn't say. I don't reckon she's got many friends, though.
Now I see why they wanted to leave together.
Aye, that's just what I was thinking. We really should check out Roman's house. Then we'd know for sure.
All right. Let's go and take a look at Roman's.
Great. That is, you can go there.
Hang on, you said you two were friends. Why would I go there alone?
For one thing, I have to work. And besides, how would it look if anyone saw me breaking down his door? My reputation would be ruined, whereas you, no offense, you're a stranger. You don't have to worry about your good name, do you? But me, I'd lose my livelihood.
How do I get into Roman's house?
Through the door, of course. Only it's locked. I tried it. You'll have to figure something out.
Oh, that's just great. All right. I'll go and have a look.
After you search the place, come back and let me know what you found. I'll be around here somewhere.